Good evening, students and entrepreneur. This is our
Fine.
another sections of RGM taxation. I'll speak the full of taxations. Now, what is taxation? What is the requirement of taxations? And how many types or how many way the government collect the taxes? Everything, including rules, new regulations, new sections which are coming, how to file returns by individual, how to file return by the partnership firm, how to file return by the company. That I will discuss under the head taxations. Now, what is taxations? Many of us thinks that we will be paying tax when I will be having taxable income. So, it is not my affair till now. That is wrong. Everybody, every person, not only in India, wherever you are living, either outer country, anywhere you are residing outside India or residing outside of your own country, you are paying taxes. Now let's see. Suppose I am individual, I am a person without income, I am a student say, or I am living under my father or parental income, and how I am paying taxes. Let's see, I go with my friends to the picture hall. I buy tickets 200 rupees worth. Say PVR picture hall, PVR, Bombay, Delhi. I went, entered, bought tickets for 200, 250 rupees or 300. You paid tax over there. How it is? If you examine your tickets, if it is cost 200, there is a entertainment tax where you have charge entertainment tax. 200 out of 200, certain portion say 100 rupees or 90 rupees or 110 rupees. You are charged tax, and remaining 90 rupees or 100 rupees or 110 rupees you are paying to the owner of the picture hall. If you go with your friend to the, or I go with my friend to the restaurants, I am having foods, I am having my lunch, or I am having my dinner with my friends. When I asked for bill and the bill came, I paid the expenditure, paid the bill. If I paid the 500 or 600 rupees, I will find their service taxes there. Out of 500, say 500 divided by 118 into 100 rupees, that is my actual bill, and 18 rupees went into the pockets of the governments. So that is there also I am paying taxes. You are, if you go, you are paying taxes also. If anybody goes there, paying taxes, service taxes. Now, nowadays, service taxes, entertainment taxes, everything has removed, and there we are paying GST, goods and service taxes. That is GST, CGST, Central Goods and Service Taxes, as well as SGST, as well as otherwise I am paying IGST. Now, I will be discussing everything later on. Now, everybody, you have to understand, everybody, everywhere, whenever I am spending and consumption is there, we are with the consumption, with the benefit derived out of the purchasing certain service or goods, I am paying taxes over there. Everybody, every people in India, they are paying taxes to the government. Now, there are two kinds of taxes. First kind is direct taxes and second kind is indirect taxes. I will simplify my lectures in such a way that it will be beneficial for entrepreneurs as well as for every individual, every person, including firms, companies also. They can get the idea of taxations, and every individual, they can, even every step I will speak over here, like how to file return, how to pay tax, what are the type of taxes, everything. Every head I will speak. Here, sections are not that much necessary. If you have the idea, if you have the concept, then you can carry on your work. Sections only required when there is an appeal, under which section you are making an appeals. That I will discuss later on. But I will speak in such a way that every person get adhered to or gets acquainted with the taxations. Now taxes, two types taxes, direct taxes, indirect taxes. Direct taxes are those taxes the incident of which cannot be shifted onto another person. Indirect taxes are those taxes which is ultimately paid by the consumer of services or consumer of the goods. Now, I will first cover up the direct taxes, later on I will cover up the indirect taxes. Now, direct taxes means those taxes which coming upon individual coming upon firm, partnership firm, coming upon a company, coming upon a local authority, coming upon on any entity which derives income in previous year. So incident of tax coming into the assessment year. Now what is previous year? If I say the previous means पहले जो है previous year, पहले जो है, assessment year. Assessment means summing up or the estimations or the assessing or the making exact value. Assessment year means the year where we are making the or assessing the income of an assessee. Assessee means the person as defined under Income Tax Act 1961. Now, why 1961? Because the taxation rules which was formulated by the central governments and which came into existence from the 1961. Prior to that also collections was there, but there was no specific rules which everybody has to adhere or obey the rule. Now from 61 onwards, government announced the taxation rule, so it is Income Tax Act 1961. Here is 39-40 years, that is last century, and running century is 20 years. So we are on the say 59 or 69 years running. So many changes came, many special provisions came. Now why taxations? Because government want to collect tax for its expenditure, for government expenditure. Why expenditure? Government building the roads, government constructing the bridges, government taking off various projects. There is a defense. So lot of expenditure in the hands of government. So there should be taxation. Now we are 140 crores people. Now if we pay tax at least say 30-40%, if we pay taxes, everybody say by average 1,000 rupees we are paying. So how much collection is there? So if I say 30 crores or 40 crores people paying, so 40 crore thousands collection should be in the hands of government. So when governments prepare budgets for the next financial year or next financial year or the next financial year, so till now every time we found some deficit in the hands of the governments. Now government collecting the taxes, now we will not take considering how government is expending such taxes, but government is expending in defense, in atomic energy, in public transport, in public power system, infrastructure, even in the local developments, we can find out the government expanding. In every state government expanding, they are also having certain incomes out of the taxes. Central government also expanding, they are also having incomes. Now let's see what is direct taxes. Direct taxes are those taxes the incident of which cannot be shifted onto another. Suppose the tax incidents come upon me, I cannot shift it to another individual. It's come upon my partnership firm, it cannot be shifted to another partnership firm. That is that direct taxes. It's come upon my private limited company or my limited company or our limited company, cannot be shifted onto another limited company. That is direct taxes. Many other direct taxes are there. Out of this, I'll be discussing like 5 head mainly, like individual. Individual, if employed somewhere, then I'll say the salary income, so direct tax. If I am having or owning house property, I let out my house property partially or fully, say more than one house property, so other house property I let out during the previous year. So whatever income generated over there, on that my gross total income to be computed. Or say I am having business or professions, so profession business, that income to be computed. Or I have some capital gain out of my investment, out of my fixed asset disposal, then there is a capital gain, that tax to be paid. If casual income means non-recurring or not regular in nature, regularly I am not having earned. Suppose I earn certain money from the lottery or from the horse races, there are also the income from other sources. Now income from other sources, capital gain, business profession, computations, salary head computation, house body computation, that I will be discussing later on. These all are the direct taxes you have to accumulate for individual or say partnership firm or company. It might be not all heads, but some of the, say out of 5 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads will be coming, and you have to pay this gross total income. Yeah, there is a tax rate which is determined by the Finance Act, finance budget. There is a Finance Act. They will declare the rate, and you have to apply the rate and pay the taxes. I'll be discussing everything. Now, apart from all these 5 head, other direct taxes also there. Okay, that also I will be discussing. Now, indirect taxes. Now, most of the indirect taxes we have put together into the GST, Goods and Service Taxes. CGST, Central Good and Service Taxes. SGST, that is state government goods and service taxes. Apart from this, IGST also there, that is integrated goods and service taxes. Now, when they are applicable, indirect taxes, and how it is computed and how it is shared between central government, state government, or in the hands of central governments, that I will be discussing later on, step by step. Taxation subject is not hard very much. Most of the people or most of the proprietorship business or partnership business or the companies, they want to make like evasion or avoidance, I say. Now, there is a distinction between the tax planning, tax avoidance, and tax evasion and tax management. That also I will be discussing. Now, tax means the liability coming upon, and we have to discharge the liability by making payment. Payment again could be different type: advance payment, regular assessment, or say reassessment, or say TDS. So, sorry, I will be discussing everything step by step. Today mainly I came up with the direct taxes and indirect taxes. Direct taxes are those taxes incident of which cannot be shifted onto another. Indirect taxes are those taxes, the incidents coming upon, or ultimately it is paid by the consumer of goods or services, or the benefit received, or the services or goods. Now, prior to that, you have to learn certain definition, like assessee. Who is assessee? Whose income is assessed? Like myself is an assessee. My income to be assessed. Assessed means accumulate for the purpose of computation of the total tax payable by me. Now, previous year means the last year, the income total I generated, the event is over. I have to compute the tax, and current year, then I will pay the taxes of the previous year income on my previous year income. So this is assessment year. Say now today is the 23rd, say 12 past, so it is 24th August. So 2020. So my assessment year is 2020-21, where I am computing my income. Today I will compute my income for the previous year, 2019 and 20. That is which started on the 1st April 2019, and which already ended on the 31st March 2020. This is the financial year, because financial year we compute like April to 31st March, 1st April to 31st March. And previous financial year is our previous year. Current financial year is the assessment year, where I have to pay taxes. Now there could be a situation where I paid my previous year tax in the previous year, or there is a TDS, had been a TDS or advance taxes. So that I will be discussing later on. So next time I am coming upon with the assessment year once more, previous year once more, SSC once more, and also then I am coming upon coming with like different heads, like salary income, house property income, profit and gain of business profession income, and capital gain and income from other sources, how they are to be computed and how tax to be filed. Thank you very much. Good night, friends, and enjoy.